Hello! Happy New Year and all that. Whatever. Hey Luna, Sue, Ashley. You missed yesterday's class. Well, it wasn't really a class, it was a coffee chat yesterday. But it was quite a long one. Hey Jane, Ina, Cody. Mostly yesterday was just to get everybody set up and tell everybody what the class was about, so you didn't really miss anything that you can't catch up on. I'm actually just about to upload the edited version as soon as I'm finished here. Hey Joe, Laurie, Mika. Oh, that's Miss Maddie saying hi. Hello, Miss Maddie. Hi, baby. Yeah. Oh, you got sticky eyes. Ugh. Yeah. Burpy, stinky breath. Ew. You smell. Hi, Carol. Good boy. Hello. Yeah, that's Scooby-Doo saying hello, Happy New Year, and all that. Right, let's let all that jazz out of the way. I hate New Year. I don't do New Year, that's why I'm never around in the first week of the year. Anyway, I thought today I would just give you a quick intro to what I'm using for my journals and planners this year. It's not a huge change from what I've done before, but if I don't tell people, I get DMs saying, what are you using? What are you using? So, craziness has just started. Calm down, you two. Hey Risha. Hi Helen. Okay. Oh, I'm chilly today. Can you shush please? Can you be quiet while Mummy works for a minute? Yes. Can you be good for a minute? Do you think? No, but you'll try anyway. Hey CEO. Right. Let's twizzle you round. Oh, actually, no, let's do sidebar. When Frog Sing 2019 officially kicked off, well, the first class was yesterday. I officially came back on Monday, and officially we started the class yesterday with a coffee chat and getting everybody up to date with what's going on and so and such. But there were 3 prompts last week, so if you haven't checked into class yet and you are signed up and everything else, go check out the Ning site and get caught up. Go to classes and it says classes and groups, I think. God, I can't remember. I've slept since then. Definitely says classes anyway. And under that list you'll see When Frogs Sing 2019, and also any previous classes you've been in should be listed under there as well, if they are available on the site. If you are on Patreon, please remember that you need to sign up to Ning. I am not posting stuff on Patreon this year. You can still pay on Patreon if that's easier for you, that's fine. But you do need to be signed up to Ning to get the actual class, because posting the same thing in 12 different places and then sending out 12 different notifications right before class was driving me insane. So check out the calendar in the class, it's all in there. If you're not in the class and you want to join us, there's my website, RhomanysRealm.org.uk. Come on over, it's $15 a month, or you can pay for the whole year in advance, and there's other classes available. Last year's class is available as well. It runs exactly the same as Patreon, it's just not on Patreon. But if you already subscribe to people on Patreon and you want to pay through Patreon because that's easier for you, that's fine. Just contact me and let me know and we'll get you sorted out. There are also free groups, there's a free forum, and there are journal prompts this year. Yes, I have put up well, not a series yet, but I've put up one so far. I'm going to be putting up some more journal prompts, just for those, so that the members who aren't in a class this year, perhaps don't have time to do a class this year, can't afford to do a class, or they're at school, they're studying, they can't take that much in all at once. You know, if you just want to do your own thing, you can hang out on the site, you can join in the free prompts, and you can have a bit of a chat with other journalists and witchy folk and such. Non-class related, Wednesdays and Fridays I will be here. Studio vlog, live, Wednesdays and Fridays, 4 till 6-ish, depends on how much I've got. It probably won't be till 6 today. Definitely starting at 4 though. And it'll be a range of stuff, you know, planners, journaling, Q&As, witchy bits, whatever people want me to do. Twitch, I am still doing Wednesdays and Fridays at 12, but I'm not doing Twitch this week. You're talking so enthusiastically about when frogs sing. A friend of yours joined today. Oh, cool! Awesome! Thank you. Well, that's mostly how people join, to be honest, is because you guys do the class and you recommend it to somebody else. It's not because I sit here going, hey, my class is really cool, come and do witchy bits and journaling and book shadow stuff and art and have fun, you know. It's not because I sit and do that, it's because you guys say, hey, this is quite a cool class actually, I'm enjoying it. And then your friends come and join in. So thank you for mentioning the class, that's awesome. If you want to follow along the class but you're not in the class, if you want to see what people are doing, our hashtags are RhomanysRealm or When Frogs Sing or WFS 2019. So I will put those into the description. I didn't put those in the description. Did I say Twitch? Twitch, yes. Twitch, Wednesdays and Fridays, 12 o'clock. YouTube, Wednesdays and Fridays, 4 o'clock. Possibly some other bits and pieces, but I don't want to overcommit. I'd rather just say 2 a week. And then, you know, if I can't do 2 a week, I might drop it down to 1, but if I find it's easy, I'll go to 3. We'll see how we go. We'll see how we go. But I definitely plan to be here on YouTube much more this year. I've got class sorted. I've got my Twitch stuff sorted. I just need to get my camera stuff sorted. Still haven't done that. You were 9 minutes too late. I think you're talking amongst yourselves for that bit. I don't think it was related to what I said. I don't know. Anyway, let's get cracking. Oh, Twitch chat today. Yeah, I wasn't on Twitch today. I did say in class yesterday that I wasn't doing Twitch this week. They've taken away messages. There used to be a message system where you could post on your page and it would go to Twitter, it would go to Facebook and so on. Hi, Brenda. And I could just post on there and say the next show will be, you know, next Wednesday at 12, and you'd all know. And all my followers would get the message, but they've taken away the message system. Whose idea was that, Twitch? Who? Who? Tell me. Well, you have no excuse, Rachel, because you were in class yesterday when I specifically said Twitch will be at 12, but I'm not doing Twitch this week. So you have no excuse. Right, let's twizzle you round. I'm going to just give you a quick look. Can you hear me? Is it loud enough? Sorry, I forgot to check the mic on this one. I checked the mic on everything else. But it was, I've had some weirdness with my mics. My iMac mic works on FaceTime and on here, but it doesn't work on Twitch. And yesterday on Zoom, it was picking up camera 2 and 3, but not camera 1. So I had all sorts of messing around with that. It's driving me a bit berserk, actually. I don't know what it is with all these systems, but the minute you plug in 3 cameras, it all goes. Anyway, come on, let's get on with this. Enough chat. I keep getting complaints about how much I chat. Although, to be honest, I've been on YouTube since 2005. And if you're not used to me talking and getting sidebarred by now, I don't know what to tell you. I'm as close to having ADD without actually having ADD as it can possibly be. So, you know, ooh, squirrel! If you don't like that, you know what the answer to that is, don't you? Yeah. Although, you know, if you think I'm not chatty and going to get right to the point immediately as soon as I switch to live video, maybe you don't know that I couldn't give a monkey's if you like my chat or not. If you don't like the chat, wait until it's not live and then skip the chat on the replay. It's not rocket science. Okay. I'll get told off for ranting now. I get told off for all sorts of things. Do I care? Not really. Sorry, my camera's all a bit weird again. It looks like it's at a funny angle and I don't know why. There we go. That'll do. So, I'm still in my Ravenclaw TN. One of a kind. No, you can't have one. It's by Kate T.B. No. It's Kate B, the perpetual student, but it's Kate and then the rest is letters on YouTube. She's also known as Phoenix Willow Designs, I think it is, on Instagram. She made this as a one-of-a-kind. I don't know if she still does them. I don't know anything about it, to be honest. She did this as a one-off, and I don't know if she still does. But you can't have one anyway, because it's my design, so... Well, you could have one if it's like a different house. If you said, well, I want a Gryffindor one like that, then you could have a Gryffindor one, because it would be different colours and different emblems, and it would not be the same. But you can't have one of these. I like it that you chat first, it gives me time to get settled. Well, you see, most of my students like the chat intro because they know it means that they can sit and get themselves sorted, settle the dogs, get the cat out of the way, have a cup of tea, you know. But yeah, I did get a few messages over my vlogs at Vlogmas saying, oh, you talk so much. I'm like, hello, it's a live stream. What do you want me to do? Just sit here? I could try and sit here and look pretty, but it's a lot easier for me to just talk, I can assure you. Anyway. Yes, this is leather. Yeah, go make yourself a coffee. Exactly. If you don't like the chat, go make yourself a coffee. Yes, it is leather. I am one of those people who does not buy loads and loads of leather. I am not. How do you put it? It's not that I'm not vegan or anything. I'm what I call barely vegetarian. just barely vegetarian. I have the occasional fish finger sandwich. But I don't believe in gratuitously, buying loads and loads of leather stuff and all that kind of stuff. It's not environmentally friendly. It's good for sellers, obviously, and it's good to support local businesses. And if you're a collector, like, you know, people like Miss Vicky B are collectors of this stuff, that's perfectly, you know, I've got no truck with you. It's fine. You do you, babe. You do you. But for me, I would rather buy one decent one and use it and use it and use it and use it until it looks lovely and old and battered and, you know, gorgeous. I have no need to keep swapping in and out. I do have, like, I have two of this size. The other one is my planner. My proper planner that you've seen before. It's a monthly and weekly and another monthly in linear format with notes that I use for keeping a record of what I've done in my classes. It's not a planner, it's a record book. That's how I use it. Anything that I mention in my videos, either before, if I remember, or if it's been already shown to the class, or sometime afterwards, will be linked below in my Amazon shop link. Amazon shops have finally come to the UK, which makes life so much easier. I don't have to keep finding stupidly long links and linking them to Bitly and all this rubbish. We can just have a storefront and go, here, it's all here. So if you're interested in anything I use that is available on Amazon, then I will put it in my Amazon shop. You should be able to find it there. So books, tarot cards, art equipment, journals, sketchbooks, anything like that, I will link it there. If I don't get it on Amazon, or if it's not on Amazon, then I will link wherever I bought it, which is usually eBay, let's face it. I buy a lot of stuff from eBay because this pen, I just linked this on Amazon. This is the Jinhao 750. Now, I got mine custom ordered with an extra fine point. So it's got the hooded lid. Sorry about my hands, I've got eczema going on. I have the super fine point, as you can see. The one that has the point that looks like the Lamy is the medium. I just linked to this on Amazon. Amazon Prime. You could get one of these tomorrow for the grand price of £10. £4 if you're prepared to pay postage, which comes out a little bit cheaper. But it depends whether you can claim your postage back or not. I bought this £1.29 on eBay. Yes, I had to wait 10 days for it, but £1.29 on eBay. Why would you pay £10 for something you can get 10 of for the same price? Makes no sense. But yeah, I love this pen. I've unfortunately managed to chip it. I don't know how I did that. I think I got it caught on something. But it doesn't seem to affect how the pen holds or anything like that. So I love the Jinhao pens. They flow nicely. The nibs clean out nicely. They usually, but not always, have screw tops. My absolute favourite to look at. £1.29, yeah, exactly. This is why, well, I don't buy expensive pens. I have one expensive pen that I've had. Whoops. What happened there? Hang on. I think I've got a plug come out. Hang on. No? Okay. What the devil is going on? Well, that's not cricket. I don't know what's going on. I seem to have lost a... I've had this. I had this yesterday as well. I had the same problem yesterday. device not found. But it's there. How can it be device not found if device is listed? Fine, I'm not arguing with it. Give me a second. It's not my camera, it's OBS. So OBS is playing up, it keeps crashing on me. I'm just telling you that before it crashes on. Breathe. Every time I switch camera views, OBS crashes on me for no reason. Okay, that one seems to still be picking up. I'm using, this is my Twitch setup. This is not, as you can see, this is not what I normally use. I know I'm back. I can see myself. Oh. Hopefully it's not going to crash again. But if it does, I'm not coming back again because I'm getting annoyed with it now. Okay. I don't know why OBS keeps crashing on me, but it needs to stop. Lisa Parker, that's the girl who does all the alchemy stuff, isn't it? I don't have her tarot cards. I have quite a few of her incense packs though. Thanks, Cody. Hopefully it won't crash again. Fingers crossed. Right. So, the last time I spoke to you about what I was going to use this year, I said I wanted to stick with the bullet journal, journaling with planning thing. And I was just trying to decide how I wanted to arrange my books because I couldn't decide if I wanted to use another of those big books or smaller books or go back to my Moleskine cahiers or what, I don't know. I made a decision. God damn it. So, as you can see, I've got 4 books in here. This is just planner stuff. Those of you in my class, if you want stickers, moon stickers for the year, they're on the number 3 of the intro week, the pagan planning one. I did a sticker sheet for you. Hopefully somebody who's friends with their silhouette will figure out how to do the cut file, and then we can all cut out. We can all cut out our stickers instead of having to do it by hand. But This is a Moleskine Cahier, this first one, but it's not a regular Moleskine Cahier. It's not the regular large one. It's one of these. It's the extra large. I cut it down to large size. Reason, a set of these is about £1 dearer than the set of large. I'm going to deal with the giveaway in class this week. I cut these down because these are way thicker. They have 120 pages, and the regular ones only have 80 pages. So I prefer these. They last longer. On average, I use about 40 pages a month, so 120 pages lasts me at least 3 months if I'm using one book. But the thicker ones, if you use them for a year, they last the whole year for collections and stuff like that. So that's what I'm doing this for. Thanks, Cody. So the Moleskine Cahier is basically my collections for my bullet journal. I've got a yearly calendar here because obviously it's undated. Let me turn that music down a little bit. It keeps getting louder. I don't understand why it keeps getting louder. My computer's having a hissy fit since I came back. I don't know what's up with it. Probably just doesn't want to be back at work. So I've got 2 pages of forward planning, highly organised and decorated, as you can see. My list for Urban Sketches Stoke. We've got our dates. We don't have where we're going yet, except for the first one. So all of this will be, you know, don't forget you've got such and such in August, or you got this in February, or whatever. I do have January, February and March, so anything for February I can actually put in here along with March. So this is really just April onwards. YouTube stuff, class setups. This is things that I'm ongoing. I'm setting up stuff on my new Ning site. I'm still putting things across on the other site. This is When Frogs Sing 2019. This is just a page of me scribbling down in pencil what I think I might doing and rearranging things and changing things around and penciling in dates and things like that. It's literally just where I work things out. I don't have anything else in here except my word of the year, which is for class. My word of the year I put in my yearbook, which I'm hoping this book will last me for the year. I'm hoping this will last me for the year so that I've got this information, but if it lasts me 6 months, that will do. Because I need to have this information. I need to know what I've already covered in class and what I've got coming up and all that kind of stuff. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by chat. I've only done 1 session so far since I've been back, and Squirrel Brain has not learnt to concentrate yet. Give me another week and I'll be fine. So then I have 3 of these, January, February, March. These are these. C. White of Brighton, pack of 3 A5 starter sketchbooks, matte black cover, stapled binding, 140 GSM all media paper, which is their mixed media paper, 40 pages, 20 leaves. Like I say, I use about 40 pages a month. On average. Some months I go way more. I did like 67 pages for Christmas Chronicles, December, but that was a class plus all my journaling, so you know, I'm not worried about that. Sometimes I do way less, but then I'll have extra note paper or extra sketch paper. So each one of these is a month, and again I've cut them down to Moleskine Cahier extra large size. Have I tried watercolour in them? I've been using these for years. These are the, you know, the hardback ones that I normally use, the C. White's ones. It's exactly the same. C. White's really only have 2 types of paper. They have their all media paper and they have their sketch paper. everything works in these except Copics. So each of these months is set up like this. So I've got my calendar of events for my bullet journal, not my monthly what's coming up, but my log of what's happened during the month. So for instance, Monday 7th, note, car back at garage. For instance, I have my moons noted in here. I've got the rings are for the Tuesdays, which is the sketch study guide days. In class we do Tuesdays is study guide day, Wednesday is Tuesday's study guide day, Thursday is art day, Saturday is whatever else we want to do. And I like to have the Tuesdays set up because obviously I got to do that in advance. That's PDF, so I have to have that available. I need to know. I know that Tuesday's coming after Monday, but I need to be reminded that Tuesday is important on a Monday. As you can see, I'm not crazy decorating my bullet journal stuff. I just put a nice bit of washi tape, and same there. This is more of a calendar of events, a schedule of events. Anything that's in squares is important, or it's a time, or it's somebody coming, or like that one should be in a box because it's I actually have to leave the house to do it. Tuesday comes after Monday, I know Tuesday comes after Monday, but Tuesday is important and I need to remember that it's important on a Monday, is actually what I said, because that's when the study guides are due, and the study guides go up at 7 AM, so it's no good me remembering at 10 AM that I was supposed to have written a study guide for this week, is it? This is my finance stuff. Under here I've basically got, this is a lift up, and I've got on the back of here my monthly payments that are every month, and then underneath I've got irregular payments that are only due this month, or weekly payments that I have to monitor throughout the month. These are tasks that apply to the whole month or that are still being brought forward from last month. I can't read names as I'm going. I'm not reading names, I'm just reading what's written. I told you, I'm squirrel brain. I haven't caught up with following what's going on yet. I haven't done any of this. I literally, apart from talking to my mum and dad on Christmas Eve, since I finished the session we did here on Christmas Eve, I haven't spoken to anybody except my dog. With the sole exception of, "Oh hi, thanks for that," from the postman, and "Hey, Happy New Year" to the occasional shop assistant. That's it. I have not been in contact with human people for anything for 2 weeks. It's been bliss. I'm still in hibernation mode. My brain has not got firing yet. Normal service has not resumed yet. Right, now stop distracting me because we're 40 minutes into this and I wanted to get it over and done with fast. Shush. This is stuff brought forward or that needs to go out do this month. I was looking at, Cody very kindly wrote us a how to do goals thing, because goals are not my forte. I don't do goals, I do estimates. I kind of aim at things and hope it works. I'm not good at goals, and I tried to do goals in a written form and it just does not work for me. I can't do it, but this works. This is me vision boarding my goals for this month, not for the whole of 2019. I'm breaking things up into chunks. So this is informed by my word of the year, and you know, what am I concentrating on for January, because my word of the year, it applies to the whole year, and this year I'm breaking it up into chunks. So yesterday we did a tarot reading, or I showed you my tarot reading, and I did, this is in class by the way, I showed you my tarot reading, I did my whole new moon Capricorn thing, and I came up with the plan of January is all about unifying, which is my word of the year, unifying conscious, what I want, and subconscious, what I need. Because I tend to go, oh yay, back to work, oh, head down, full in, nose to the grindstone, and then around mid-February I go, oh my god, I'm exhausted. So this time we're doing a little bit differently. So part of that is, you know, be determined to play. That's a Capricorn thing. The Capricorn new moon was good for that. It's be serious about playtime. Serious about your playtime. Work and then be serious about your playtime. You posted that under the class yesterday. Brilliant. Thanks, Cody. Excellent. You can actually, I meant to give you access to write an article if you wanted to, because you could have put that on the blog. In fact, any of you girls in the class, only people in the class, and only people that I already know, because I'm not having all comers doing things, but if you want to write a blog post for the members blog, you are welcome to, but you need to let me know so I can make you a featured member, and then you'll have access to write a blog post or a journal prompt or whatever. Magic, Book of Shadows, playing with yarns and things like my, hey Kath, I want to do more crochet and knitting and sewing and embroidering and things like that, because I really enjoy it and I find it really relaxing, but I tend to forget because I'm constantly work. And when I'm not working, I'm thinking, oh, I better journal today, otherwise my journal won't be any different for tomorrow. And, you know, it's always work, and I want to get away from that. I need a hobby that's not work. Happy with my puppy, walking with you. This is a Maya Angelou quote. I've learned that making a living is not the same thing as making a life. Anita Roddick, who is the founder of The Body Shop. Success is not about money or status or fame. It's about finding a livelihood that brings me joy and self-sufficiency and a sense of contribution to the world. That's what I'm aiming for. That's what Unify is all about for me this year. I'm going to do a proper chat for my class / patrons. It's all the same thing. People get confused when I say class as opposed to patrons. Oh, you're not doing Patreon anymore. Patreon was always my class. My class is Patreon. It's the same thing. Mindfulness, self-care and relaxation and happiness and joy at beholding the wonders of creation. Creativity. So that's January. That's my January vibe. Be determined to play. Because I have Saturn in my creative zone, so, you know, anything fun is very serious for me. Then I've got my moons and things. These are my planner stickers that I was talking about. That's how they work. So we've got the lunar eclipse and everything, all the information for the Wolf Moon, all the transits that are key for me for this month. I've started writing bits about some of them. I haven't done all of them yet. If I have space here, I might come back and decorate this. Maybe do a wolf or something for the Wolf Moon. But I've left that blank for now because I want to see if I need any more space for my transit stuff. Journaling. Most of my journaling is still doesn't change very much. Writing, photos, pictures that inspire me, washi tape, doodles, quotes, tip-ins, inspirational things that I find in magazines. That's how to listen like a dog. Be more dog has been my mantra for several years now, and it works for me. And then this is my bullet journal pages. So, you know, this is all decorated and blah blah blah, and then this is my bullet journal. This doesn't, I don't decorate my bullet journal, I don't lay it out, I don't do anything. I follow I got the bullet journal method book and audiobook. See previously in Vlogmas, I did 2 videos in Vlogmas on my bullet journal. I don't do frou-frou stuff if it's not relevant, and if it's not useful, and if it's not adding something to my journal to put it in here. I don't put it in here. So I don't have lists of things I need to clean, because that's not adding to my journal. That's just being annoying and making a ridiculous list of things that I need to clean. And the answer to the list of things that I need to clean is, oh, everything, all the time. So, you know, why put that in my journal? I don't need to. Films I've watched. So most of these have dates on because it was the beginning of the year, but generally I don't date stuff. I'll probably write on this. I like to leave pages where I can go back and write on stuff. Lunar eclipse is a chance to be real. It is for this one. Although, you know, it's in Leo. Can you be real in Leo? Leo doesn't do real. Leo does extra. Sketching. So this is mixed media. This is ballpoint pen, several layers of watercolor, coloured pencil, gel pens, and I've got loads more I want to do to this. Not a single bit of show through, bleed through or anything. So whoever asked about does it take whatever, yes it does. It takes everything except Copics. Nothing takes Copics. Alcohol markers bleed through everything except render paper or proper marker paper. But yeah, this takes everything else, and it's not even vaguely pilling, or in fact it barely even feels like there's something on it. You can tell there's something on it, but it doesn't feel like it's got indentations or anything like that. This is my new moon stuff from Capricorn. So this is all my tarot reading that I went through in class. So if you missed class yesterday, this is what you missed, going through this. Once I'd done my new moon reading and I knew what it was focusing on, that's where I got my this is what you want, this is what you need. I decided that my unify, rather than concentrating on little bits, my unify was going to be bringing together what I want and what I need, because very often I do what I want and I forget to do what I need. So what I want to do is work, do art and journal and do things like that, and teach and do live chats and stuff like that, interact with you guys, chat with you guys, and I forget that what I need is to go and sit on the sofa for 10 minutes with my puppies and have a snuggle, or go for a walk, or listen to podcasts, chill, relax, crochet a blanket, you know, that kind of stuff. List of things I wanted to focus on, because obviously Capricorn is all about duty and work and the what you want part. But specifically putting aside my big wolf project, which is that big thing behind me that you've seen a few times there. That big old thing, yeah, it's huge. That is my big wolf project that I'm going to be working on as part of my playtime, but in class. So for me it's play, because I already know what I'm doing with it. but I can walk my students through it in class, and it's a learning experience for them, and they get to watch me paint and stuff like that. Okay, see you later, Brenda. So, and then this is this week's bullet journal, and I don't have anything else. I saw these on the table. I liked how it looked, and I thought, that'd be cool if I layered it up. So I layered it up and I stuck it in my journal, and I have no idea what I'm going to do with it, but you know, it's there. I quite often do that. If I find something that I really like, I'll just open a page and stick it in, and I'll work with it when I get there. Great difference between want and need. We've all been there. Yeah, exactly. Because your conscious dominant brain is all, I have to do this, I need to do this, I want to do this, do. And your little passive brain is like, but sleep. But can we have a nice dinner? How about no? How about we go out for coffee instead of starting work straight away when we get up? You know. That's something I've started doing, actually. I've started, not all the time because it's way expensive going out for coffee, but since I have to run the car every day or it won't flipping start in the cold weather, which is why it's in the garage at the moment, again, I've started, like, at least every other day, instead of getting up, taking the dogs out, having a shower, making a coffee and getting to work, which is what I normally do, I have stopped making a coffee myself some mornings, and I get in the car and we go out somewhere and I go and get a coffee and we take the dogs out, and you know, it takes the same amount of time, but it's not just get up, sit at your desk, which is what it feels like some days. I've repeatedly been asked to do a day in your typical life kind of videos, and I'm like, you overestimate how varied my life is. Literally, get up, walk the dogs, work, walk the dogs, go back to bed. And when I remember, I eat something. And I drink a lot of coffee. What would happen to a lunar eclipse in Cancer? Well, there isn't a lunar eclipse in Cancer at the moment, and I don't know of one coming up, and I do that in class, so I'm not going to cover it in a journaling and planning video, sorry. That sounded less sarcastic in my head. Sorry, Chloe, I didn't mean it like that. I'm just, you know, not relevant to the video. If you want to know about specifically lunar eclipses and specific things, I can recommend places like Cafe Astrology, The Astrology King. Those are the two main ones if I need to go and look something up. I rarely have to go and look something up, but those are the two main ones that are really good for unusual stuff like that, like specifically a lunar eclipse. Sleep a lot, yeah. Hi, Bobbies. Now what? Really? Okay then. Thanks for that input. I'll get back to you. Hi, baby. Yeah, that's pretty much it. All of my months are set. Scoob, shush, baby. Come on, let mummy work. I won't be long. So February, I've already got my advance thing in. I've got my schedule in because I'm already starting to put in things for what we want to do for the class, because I've got 2 weeks here where I haven't got anything scheduled at all. So if somebody comes up with something and says, hey, why don't we study such and such, then I can schedule in a study guide for it and say, oh yeah, we could do that towards the end of February, you know. Because my class isn't set in stone. I do what people ask for, within reason, you know. There's some stuff that I can't do, obviously, because I don't know it, and I can't do stuff that I don't know, but I can write a study guide for stuff that I don't know, because studying is studying. That sounds weird, but I'm a qualified teacher, so for me, writing a study guide if you can teach anything once you know what subjects you need to cover. So if somebody says, can you do a study guide for me on how I would study forensic science? Yeah. Yeah, I can write you a study guide. I can't tell you the first thing. That's not true. I can tell you quite a lot about forensic science because, hello, murderino. But I have a pretty good idea what the subject is about. So yes, I could say, well, I would start with looking at this, 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 connect those two, you know, research this, find something in this area that you think is really interesting and specifically study that, and so on. So I know how to study, and I know how to assist people to study, and I know how to teach. Between the three of them, I can come up with a study plan for just about anything. So that's what I meant by that. So even if I don't know the subject, I can put together a basic study guide, because, you know, a lot of this stuff, if somebody's saying, hey, can you put together a basic study guide on the chakras? Yeah, I can, because the first thing you're going to start with is the basics. You know, correspondences, colours, what do they represent? What do they equate to? Etc. You know. And it's really just sorting it out into an order that makes sense for somebody who's learning it. March, calendar, moons and astrology. Haven't even written these in pen yet. That's it. That's all there is. The idea is that because I flip backwards and forwards in my books, by the time I'm ready for April, I will have finished January. So in February, I will still be going back to January, but by the time I get to March, January will be done. So I can take January out and put April in. So I should have, once I get past January, last month, this month, and next month, ongoing throughout the year. And look, even my covers match. Are you impressed? Scooby, Maddie. Hang on. Maddie, Scooby. Leave it. Leave it. Leave it. Don't make me shout at you. Maddie, Scooby. Good puppies. Good, see? Good when you try. You can be good. Good boy. Yes. Shush now. Good boy. Yeah, so this is just a picture out of what one of the In the Moment magazines. These papers are from there as well. They do like little, almost like instant photo things with a header for each section. And I liked the papers. This is kind of blue and white, which is my theme for January. I don't usually have themes, but I needed something to get me started because I spent so long entrenched in Christmas, 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 and then I was like, what other colours are there but red? You know? You know, you get to January and you're like, I don't remember anything. What's real life like? The house looks weird without decorations. What's going on? Anyway. So yeah, this is just a nice wintry kind of post-Christmas scene. It's not quite Christmas decorations, but it kind of is. It's pretty. Then we've got February, obviously for Imbolc. We've got the hearth fire and the candles and a nice cup of tea because it's cold. Need a bit of warmth and light because it's just grey and dismal. And then March, we've got spring coming and Ostara. So again, these are papers from the same magazine, In the Moment magazine, that I got last year. I've actually got this year, I've got a different one, which I just received this morning actually. It's not the new one, it's the back copy. Nice pictures, thank you. I'm trying to... there we go. I'm trying to make the covers relevant to the month, because usually I just stick any old crap on there. And I'm trying to use more, this is part of my play, and getting back to part of Unify, you know, for years I've been saying I want to get back to what I used to do when I was in college and at university. I had an A5 notebook that I carried around everywhere, and everything went into it. My college notes, my, not lecture notes because they took way too much room. Oh, I got it online. I just got it posted to me. It's like £7 an issue, and you can get any of the back issues, and it's expensive. It's £53 for a year's subscription, but I haven't got the subscription. I'm just buying the ones that I like the look of, and of course this is the moon, so of course I would like this one. If nothing else, I like the cover. Yeah, back in the day, as Rachel will tell you, because she's known me 30 odd years, I never went anywhere without my A5 notebook, and everything went into it. From ticket stubs and notes, and don't forget to hand in an essay on Friday, and photos, and, you know, other people writing bits in it. I used to let other people write in my journal, you know, my friends, obviously, not just any old bod. Just go up to someone in the bus stop, go, write in my journal, would you? It might be an interesting experiment, but I don't think so. I've been wanting to get back to that feel for years, but obviously with wearing so many hats now, things are not as simple as they used to be, where I just had one notebook and everything went in it. But this is as close as I can get. Because obviously now, if I used one notebook, I'd go through one in 2 months. Yeah, this is my Ravenclaw cover from Kate B. So, yep. I'm pretty happy with this system so far. It's doing all right, and it's a similar system that I've been using for about 6 months now. So, in fact, I think, did I use this? I think I started using it, going up to this in August after One Book July, because One Book July I did digital this year, and then I went back to this, and I'm pretty sure that that's what I did for August onwards. So yeah, I'm 6 months. Maybe I'll still be using it for One Book July. You never know. Breathe magazine. So this is like In the Moment magazine. There's a teen Breathe as well if you've got younger kids, or if you are younger, sort of millennial-esque. It's a bit more hipster and a bit a bit more youthful. This is more adult version, but it's beautiful. It's got lovely illustrations in it. I do like In the Moment, and it's cheaper, but it's all a bit the same. If you had to sum this one up, it would be mindful living and creativity. Well, it's there. Well-being, mindfulness, creativity, and escaping. That's what it's about. Whereas In the Moment is more about be present. Hig. You know, that kind of stuff. Been there, done that. Looking for a bit more, something a bit more active to do with having fun. Do you know what I mean? This is for people who are already doing the whole in the present thing, or have just skipped it entirely. In the Moment is more for people who are, you know, your typical mum with 2 kids running about like a headless chicken, never has any time for herself, and oh, don't forget to go and get a manicure this week because you deserve self-love too. You know, the pictures are nice, but that's about it. Whereas this, the writing in it is interesting. Escapism. How escapism can help you take a mental break from negative situations, recharge your body and mind before tackling life's challenges. beware of letting it get in the way of facing up to reality. See, that's an interesting article to me. That, you've got me right there with the hook. I don't need to be told to show gratitude. I have a fucking hooray list, okay? But the illustrations are nice. I like the illustrations. I'm not a big fan of this style of illustration, but you know, this, I like this. That's oh, I can't remember the girl's name. The other thing I like about this is that this usually has a list somewhere in the front or the back of all the artists. She must have done a previous illustration in the book here, because usually it would have her name underneath the illustration, whereas in the moment it just has a list of artists in the front and it doesn't tell you who's done what. I prefer to know who's done what. I've seen this girl's work before and I really like it. I would take that out and just put it in my journal as it is. I like the picture. Sarcasm is off the chain today. Okay. Urban sketching. How to find serenity in the city. And it has interesting, like, this is where I got my Anita Roddick quote from. Whoopi Goldberg, art and life are subjective. Not everybody's going to dig what I dig, but I reserve the right to dig it. Yes! That's going in my journal. See, they do interesting things like this. Here's an interesting article about writing what you're doing now as a way of calming yourself or centering yourself. And then they give you a blank page to write on. Isn't that cool? You found Breathe at Target. Oh yeah, in the States. Yeah, that's useful if you know where to get it other places. Courtney said where she found her, you can get Breathe and Team Breathe at, I don't know, Australians. There's some big bookshop that's in most cities, and there's a big one in Sydney, and that's where Courtney found hers. If you're native to the area, you'll know what that means, won't you? See, these are really pretty. I like these kind of ideas. It's not all cutouts of paper dolls and stuff, you know. It's a slightly more adult version of things like Flow magazine. That's interesting. Between life and death. I like that. It's cool. So yeah, I will thoroughly enjoy this, and when I have thoroughly enjoyed it, ooh, they've got a big version of that. Look, I can take this out and put it in my journal. Ooh, they've got the big version. Oh, it's different. It's similar. The moon is a loyal companion. It never leaves. It's always there, watching steadfast, knowing us in our light and dark moments. Oh, I like that. Oh, this would be interesting as a background. And then they give you, like on the back of each section, they give you a big colour page, so you get colours that you can use throughout the month as well. So yeah, it's cool. I like this one. A lot of these are colours I wouldn't necessarily think of using. Well, I would use that one, but then it matches the picture and you're like, oh look, ready-made page layout for when you're feeling lazy. Yeah, highly recommend this one. It's a good magazine to get your teeth into. But like I say, it is expensive. It's £7 an issue. Well, no, it's £6.99 delivered. It's £5.99 an issue. And I haven't found it... Well, you can get it in the UK, but I haven't found it at anywhere like Asda or anything, where most of the... You can pick up like In the Moment and stuff in Asda, but this one I haven't found anywhere but WH Smith's. And only in the big WH Smith's. Like our really big one has it, but the smaller shops don't have it at all. So it's easier to just get it online. It costs £1 to get it delivered. $15 for you. Wow. I know it's £53 for the full 9 issues for the year. Which is a little bit steep, so I haven't forked out for that yet. I thought what I would do is I got the November one that was for Christmas. No, that's not true. In November I got Halloween. I didn't get the Christmas one. In November I got the Halloween issue. And I've been using that, and I'm still using that, and I'm still pulling bits out of it. But I was looking at it the other day and going, this is getting a little bit sparse now. Might need to get another one. And then I remembered that I'd seen this cover, and I was like, oh, I still have to get that, even if it's only for the cover. And it was all about moon stuff and things. So I thought that would be a good one, because I'm not into New Year stuff. So this is December's version. December's? Yeah, issue 16. They're on issue 17, just came out. So, right. Any questions? There aren't usually a lot of questions. I like to think that this is because I explain everything thoroughly and tell you about stuff as I'm going along. Let me dream. Yeah, anything that I've shown you in this video, with the exception of the magazine, which is not available on Amazon. But if you just search Breathe magazine online, you'll find your country's page that tells you where you can get it, any special offers that are on for your subscriptions, and it's also got a list of local stockists in your area and stuff like that. Your New Year is a couple of months away. Yeah, my New Year is, well, it's not really a New Year. It's a Halloween to Imbolc, for me, is hibernation mode. December, January is hibernation time. It's not New Year. If anything, Imbolc for me is New Year, because that's when my birthday is. And it's, you know, it's spring and it's renewal and it's a bit more, I don't know, it just feels more like New Year for me. And then I have another one in September, because September is the beginning of the year. Anyone who's been in school in the UK knows that the first Tuesday of September is the new year. The first Monday is always a teacher training day. The first Tuesday is the first day back. February is your half new year. Yeah, exactly. February and September for me. But December and January is kind of hibernation. It's putting the old year to bed and getting the new one up and walking about. Things don't actually start moving until February. That's when I start, like, actually pushing. January is just for getting organised. In fact, I treat my year, I would say I treat my year like I treat my week. So my week starts on Monday morning. I get up, I take it easy, I pootle. Very often I will do a bit of journaling Monday mornings, tidy my desk if I haven't already, listen to a podcast or two, you know, just wake myself up nice and slowly. That's how I am for January. Just getting in the flow of things, thinking about what I want to do for the rest of the week, but not actually planning it. And then Monday afternoon, I'll sit down with my planner and go, okay, this is what I have to do this week. This is what I would like to do this week. This is other stuff that's going to happen whether I want it to or not. How am I going to schedule this for the rest of the week? And then I work Saturdays, so Saturday afternoon is my rundown, and then I teach my class, and as soon as I've finished my class, I set the video to download, and that's it. I'm done for the week. That's time out. So sort of late Saturday to lunchtime on Monday is my weekend. And I treat my year the same way. I wind in, I hit the ground running, and I wind down. I'm not like, oh, it's the 1st of January, do all the things. Because I don't have the energy for that. I'm far too lazy for that. I'm more like, oh, it's the 1st of January. Yeah, I'll start next month. You run on an academic year as well. Yeah, New Year is August. Exactly. And again, August, mid-August to September, that's when you start planning. That's when you get organised. That's when you start working out what you need to buy that you're going to need in September. I suppose maybe it comes from literally going from school to college to university, back to college as a teacher. I had a few jobs in between that spanned years, but mostly I've spent my entire working life, or my entire life in academia up until 10 years ago when I still teach, but I teach to my own schedule now. January is more like sleep time for me. I'm a bear. Yes, exactly. Yes. It's still hibernation mode. It's too cold to be... I mean, who in their right mind wants to get up on January the 2nd in -4 degrees, possibly snow, definitely wind and rain, and go running? Wouldn't you much rather wait until February when it's at least going to be light in the morning and it has a vague chance of being above 0 degrees? I mean, I know I would. Right, that's it for today. I'm going to sign off there. Hope this has been informative for you. It's rehashing what I've told you a million times before, but if I don't rehash it, people ask. And I have no, I didn't mean that how it sounded. I don't mind people asking. It's perfectly okay to say, hey, what are you using as a planner at the moment? I like it. I don't mind. I love questions. Questions are good. But, you know, I don't really change stuff that much. For somebody who's creative, I really don't change up my planner and journaling all that much. I swap things out, and I used to swap formats a lot, but my basic systems, it's all the same. I'm very boring. Friday. I will be back at Friday at 4, and I do have a couple of questions from... I seem to remember back in October, I said, does anybody have any questions on Instagram? And several people DM'd me and I said, oh, I should make a video about that. And then I never did. So either you're on the list to have a video made about what you asked me, because it's worth the half hour to an hour of chatting about it, or because it needs something interactive, like it's better to show it or talk about it with you guys rather than at you. And I also have some questions from Vlogmas, but I didn't have enough questions to make a video. I had a couple of questions that warranted their own videos. When you find something that works, why change it? Yeah, exactly. It's like when you find something you love, why change it? I love this. I love this. Why would I want to change it to something else? I mean, yeah, sure, some days I wake up and go, yeah, I fancy looking at something different today. But usually by the time I've changed it out, I'm like, no, I prefer my other one, and I go back to it again. What was I saying? Friday, I'm going to do a Q&A. I'm going to wrap all those questions up that people have asked me. I've got some more questions on Instagram. So, if you have questions or video requests or anything that you think, oh, I should ask Ro about such and such, please either comment down below, or if you've already commented, you should have had, if you've already commented a question during Vlogmas, you should have either had a video for it, or I will have commented below, I've put you on the list. So I'll have put your question on the list to make a video about, or to include in the Q&A. So comment down below, or if it's more of a question that you'd rather ask in a private manner, but you're okay it's not that you need a private reply, it's just that you don't want to openly ask the question. That's what I mean. You can DM me on Instagram at Romany. And such. And of course, don't forget to come over and join me on my website, where you can ask questions in the forum and get answers from not just me, but lots of other people as well. Which is probably far more interesting than me giving you the same answers over and over again. But, you know, it seems to work for some people. Right. I'm really going this time. Au revoir.